So this was an interesting day's detecting for Lisa and I. We've got 5 coins here. 4 of them are continental and 1 is Scottish. Lisa was the first to find, and she found this one here. It's a big chunk of coin, like it's 1 ounce, well just shy of 1 ounce of silver. And it is a Spanish Netherlands coin. It's Albert and Isabella. It's 1 Patagon. I think it's minted in Antwerp between about 1612 and 1621. But that is a stonker of a coin. And she came over with her hands clenched and she says, "Oh, here, have a look at this, don't have a heart attack." I never had a heart attack, but I lost the power in my bladder for a few seconds. So that was the start of that. There was more signals. She pulled up another one. This is a French coin, and this is Charles IX of France. It's a silver testoon. It's a mint mark T. Anybody got an idea on that? Is it Nantes, or I think it's and that's minted between 1568 and 1574. Let's see if I can get a better. Great patina on it. Show you the reverse. There's a head on that one. That was a cracker. So we started scouring the area, and we've, all of them were within sort of a small area. It was never deposited, it was a pocket spill. And Lisa pulled up another one. This is Henry III. Sorry, you can't see that. This is Henry III. And that's a quarter EQ, 1574 to 1589. It's been through the wars, they're heavily clipped. And then 6 foot away. Sorry, I got this one. This is Henry IV of France, quarter EQ, 1589 to 1610. Don't know if you can see the detail on that. But these are quite heavily clipped. And the last one to be found was sitting under that Patagon. Lisa had finished with that, the hole she was working in. And I gave it a wee flick, and then I could hear this wee squeak. And what else came up is a Scottish coin. Try and get this in the right light for you. And that is Charles I, Scottish 20 pence. So the mint on that is 1637 to 1638. Sorry. Don't know if you can see it. I'll try and get a wee close up of them. See if we can see them a wee bit better here. So you're wondering, what are all these coins doing in the borders? And that's a question we asked ourselves. So if you look at the youngest coin there, you've got that 20 pence. So 1638. But if you shuffle yourself forward a few years to 1642, you've got Charles I. He's raging a civil war in England, and his wife Henrietta, who was the daughter of the King of France, she takes off to the continent, but she hides the crown jewels under her petticoat with the intentions of hawking, selling or pawning the crown jewels on the continent. And she was somewhat successful. This is to finance Charles's civil war, and she was somewhat successful. She went to Antwerp and she sold a few bits and bobs, but for the most part nobody in the continent wanted to touch the crown jewels, because if Charles lost, as he did, Cromwell had come knocking and saying they were never hers to sell, give them back or there'll be trouble. So, but she did get arms on the continent and silver on the continent, from Denmark, Spanish Netherlands, and our native France. So really, that's what we have here. But how do they end up in the Scottish borders? Well, when she comes back in 1642, some of the money comes north, and Charles's Scottish campaign has been led by James Graham, the Marquis of Montrose. He's had stunning victories up north, and the last one being in the central belt at Kilsyth. But after that one, he loses some support. You know, the Highlanders want to go back and deal with the Campbells, and they're not too keen on going anywhere near England. It's too far away from home from them. So he thinks, I'll head south anyway and I'll get more men. But he was promised, you know, bits and bobs for like Lord Hume, Lord Traquair, but it never really materialised. It was just he was just getting lip service for them, I think. So anyway, it culminated in the Battle of Philliphaugh, which he lost, and he had to flee. He fled onto the continent, and he was there as a kind of mercenary for a bit. He came back, had a wee battle up in Caithness, got captured, taken to Edinburgh, hung in the Grassmarket, chopped up into bits and sent to several cities in Scotland. So that was essentially him. So these coins are for that period, and it's one thing's for certain, none of the locals had this money. So it's an almost certainty that this was money paid to like Montrose's forces. But these are found a considerable distance away from the Battle of Philliphaugh itself. And the only people that left the battlefield on Montrose's side in 1645 was anybody with a horse. You know, all the infantry were either slaughtered on the field or they were taken up to Newark Tower, imprisoned there, declared traitors, and then they were executed and bundled a short distance away in Slayman's Lee. And so it was only if you had a horse you left that battlefield. So these coins are found. The fallback position for Philliphaugh when they were ordered to retreat was Peebles. Montrose himself, along with forces, he heads over Minchmoor, but he's pursued. He's got to turn and fight, which he does successfully, and then heads over to Traquair and then on to Peebles. But there's other ways to get to Peebles, not just over Minchmoor. And where these are found is on another route to Peebles, and probably as far as you could ride a horse in a day without killing it. So it's quite possible that these coins, you know, these were his cavalry that had fled the field. They've had to rest the horses up before continuing to Peebles, and for whatever reason they've got up startled. Maybe they've been pursued, and they've lost the coins in a melee or whatever. But I think that's where I am with them. As I say, the locals never had this, you know. So it's quite probable that these coins were Montrose's cavalry. That's what they were getting paid in, and then they ended up with us, which was absolutely fantastic. We were looking at the coins initially, and I'm, you know, Scottish coins, English coins, you know, I've got a half decent handle on them, but these were like, I was looking at them thinking, oh my god, what is this? So that is a cracker. Lisa stumbled on it initially with a big party gun, and then we were able to just sort of do a little bit of swirl pattern, and I mean the furthest one away was about 6 feet away. But yeah, that's what they are. So that's my yarn, because I quite like that one. But if anybody's got any other ideas, I'm all ears, we'd love to hear them. So I hope you like seeing the coins, and I'll try and get some high resolution photos up, because you know this lamp thing that I've got going on here, it ain't too great. As I say, if you've got any other ideas, let me know, because I'm all ears. But you know, my assumptions are based on very little research and wild speculation, and so I'll stick with that for now. Okay folks, happy hunting.